Good evening, race fans. Welcome into race number 6 here tonight at the Nashville Superspeedway for the LadyMakes.com 140. 105 laps around this unique racetrack. Speeds reaching upwards of 170 plus, but corners like a short track. Fuel run estimated at 38.42 laps. 5 tire sets tonight for these drivers to contend with, and 3 green-white checkers to settle it. And as always, here with my co-commentator in the booth, Art. How we doing tonight?
I'm doing pretty dang good.
Glad to hear it. But here in the Nashville Superspeedway concrete track, very unique style of racing we're going to see here tonight. And tire management going to be key here for these drivers.
Yeah, I've had word from drivers who participate in the practice races that the lead car is actually going to save tires better than, the chasing cars. That dirty air really affects the tires.
Let's go ahead and get you right into the on-track action as qualifying has just gotten underway here. And let's go ahead and get you on board here. Jonathan Parsons making his second start of the season here this evening, as it attempts to load his paint scheme.
And go ahead and tell you who made it through the LCQ. No broadcast today, as the main producer for the LCQ was not available. Samuel Demian, Ryan Tiller, C. Lights, Colton Lights, Jonathan Parsons, Mac Urek, Devin Galvin, Ryan Hatch, Brandon Bowers, Logan Brass, and Mitchell Bagley all made it through the LCQ.
So we got Colton Lights making his debut here tonight. Let's go see where he's at. In the number 40 machine. He goes down the back straightaway on his first lap. Top of the board is Joshua McQuiggan in the 29. Nick Miller goes second. There's the 61, Max Urek. He transferred through from the LCQ. Very good lap for the 61. As these times continue to come in hot and heavy, Steven Valdala.
Colton Lights, you were talking about him. 30.165, currently 6th place. We'll see if his second lap can be faster.
Very respectable effort there. And Joshua McQuiggan goes quicker on his second lap, 30.01. Dylan Herberton! How about it? First man into the 29s in the 36 machine. Can anyone? Randy Arms
jumped up.
2 drivers able to get into the 29 second bracket. See if anyone else can do it. How about 2-time winner already this year, Thomas Green? What does he have for our top 2? Let's go on board with him. Riding up
I'm going to
near
say
the wall.
Colton Lights in his first appearance. Currently sitting P5.
Will be one to watch. See here on board with Thomas Green as he heads off into turn number 1 at about 190 miles an hour. Shifting down into 4th gear. Let's the car rise up all the way to the wall, down the back straightaway. Through 3 and 4, pretty steady wheel there. Up out of 4, use all the apron you want. Legal here. Comes across the line. The 13 machine will slot into the 11th position. How about Brandon Bowers going even quicker?
He almost jumped into the 29.8.
Yeah, we said he's one to watch each and every week. Has had probably the worst luck we've seen out of any of these drivers. But again, showing his speed here this season. Already has 1 pole this season. Looking to make it number 2.
Hopefully we can see him finish out a race this time. He's had a series of an unfortunate bad luck. Just not able to finish.
Jordan Miller goes 29th. Jared Talmadge, the Planet Sim Esports teammate of Thomas Green in the 42 machine. Coming off of turn number 4 to start his first lap. Only a minute left in qualifying. He'll have time to get his lap in. And off of turn number 4, Jordan Miller to the line in the 8 machine. He will improve up 1 spot to the 29th position, and last man to set a lap time is this 42 of Jarrett Talmadge. Will take you through the lap. Off of turn number 4. Crosses the line. He's not going to have time to finish his second lap, I don't believe, but his first lap only good enough for 36th quickest.
He'd have to be on one of the fastest laps on track to finish, but
might be able to get it if he runs pole lap here, but we'll see. On board with him here as he heads off into turn number 3. Going to try and wrap the bottom shortest way around the racetrack and get back up early on the throttle. Don't think he's going to have time out of turn number 4. Session is over. He'll get to the line, and it is not going to count. And he will be starting in the 36th position here this evening for the LadyMakes.com 140.
I don't believe Bowers is here to give us a talk. We do have Herviton.
Let's go give a quick chat to this 36 machine. Dylan Herviton in the 36. You got a copy?
I got you. What's up, man?
Missed the last couple of weeks due to work commitments. I know those are some of your favorite tracks on the calendar, but what do you think you could do here, coming back into the cockpit and starting P2 here tonight?
I'm really just hoping to kind of turn the season around. I feel like we've had good speed, just haven't had the finishes to show for it and whatnot. But Nashville, I'd say it's a pretty decent track for me. So my plan is just to try to stay out of trouble. If I can come away with a win, we'll come away with it. If not, top 10, top 5 would be nice. But just trying to get into the top 12 to try to get into the playoffs. So yeah, that's the main goal tonight. Is just try to stay out of trouble and try not to get caught up in anything that ruin our day. So
absolutely. Well, good luck. Long race, gonna take a lot out of these drivers. So good luck tonight, and hopefully see you up towards the front at the end of this thing.
Hey, appreciate you guys putting this on. Thanks.
Yep. I believe we will have here tonight a full 43 car field. We did have the 3 provisional spots here this evening available. 43 pit stalls at Nashville. So 3 drivers that donated a $10 buy-in / sponsor provisional, donating to a great cause for the St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital. We're able to get their spot here, qualify their way in. As always, each and every week, the top 30 on points are guaranteed a spot in to qualify, and then 31st through 40th positions are made up of those that transfer from the LCQ.
And if anyone does want to, potentially give a little 2-hour fundraiser to St. Jude's, link is in chat. There are still packages available. We're only 6 races in. If you want to sponsor the season, you still can.
Only 3 drivers that did not grid up: Michael McElroy, Drew Joie, and Spencer Burton. But at minimum, it is a 40-car showdown here tonight in Nashville.
As we get rolling, you want to make some picks to win?
Give me some picks to win here. Had some decent luck last couple of weeks. Hope to continue that. Give me Nick Miller from the 8th position. He's been so close a couple of times this year. I think tonight he's going to put it all together.
I'm going to pay homage to the godmother of country music, Jonathan Dolly Parton.
Okay.
So it's going to be a long shot. He's starting 33rd, but I'm believing the power of Dolly.
There you go. Went in Nashville, right?
I also, Andrew Tenold running a scheme that was made for us, but no longer has our logos on it.
Good looking car,
Hurts.
though.
Yeah. He does great work. Because he does make them himself.
Absolutely. We're coming off of turn number 4. The pace car is off. Brandon Bowers has the field in hand, and we are ready to go green flag racing here tonight at the Nashville Super Speedway, and we are underway for 105 laps. Bowers will be clear heading down into turn number 1, side by side for the second position.
Caution is out.
Kenny Stennis and Chris Pinder. Trouble on the restart. It's like a massive checkup, and that outside line just nowhere to go. Looks like a 3-car incident. Alan Burr involved as well. Let's take a look here. On board with the 2 machine. Oh, just a massive checkup there. Second half of this pack, Pinder going to get turned around. Heavy damage for a couple of these guys. Let's see here. Travis De Leon was right around kind of the checkup spot. Let's see if we can figure out where this kind of kicked off
Kind of
at.
started with Devin Galvin.
Yeah, you can see there the gap between that machine there, Devin Galvin, the 95. Just ahead of him was, I believe, that Daniel Pereira in the 34. Take another look here.
It's Matthew Tatum in the
Matt
35.
Tatum, excuse me.
I don't
Actually,
really
no, that was on Dolly, maybe? I'm trying to figure this out. It happened ahead of the 95, actually. Let's see here. Let's get to
It is.
It's actually the
Pereira.
76. Kind of here mid-pack, 34 and the 76 hanging off of each other.
And just big gaps there.
Matt Tatum goes. Green flag is out at this point, but then the 95 was hanging back as well. And just a chain
That outside
reaction.
line was not like tucked up, and that's what happens when you lay off.
I mean, that's 20th on back. You can see
What
here.
happened to Randy Arms? Hold up.
Yeah, let's go take a. Oh no!
What in the world? Wait, what?
Oh no! Well, that's not good.
What?
We talked to Dylan Herverton, said he just wanted to stay out of trouble.
I mean, he stayed down there.
Yeah, but he's inside of him.
Eh.
Supposed to be single file. They're not the one to go. And he has no idea who's going to be there. Yeah.
Goofy moments.
It's a weird one. But Randy Arms obviously able to get his spot back. We will reset
Hopefully
everybody.
unaffected by that.
Yeah, Pinder's still on pit road. McElroy, he did end up coming out, so we'll have 41 drivers here tonight. Drew Draw and Spencer Burton not able to be here yet. Kenny Stennis is back on track, as is Alan Burr, who's going to let the field go by. Lengthy repairs for the 17 machine in the early going. But the complexion of these things kind of changes a bit when you get a whole 43-car field. Obviously, guys 16 rows deep not going to be able to see out the windshield what's happening 4 or 5 rows ahead of them. That is exactly what happened on the initial start of this race.
Yeah, it can be a blessing and a curse to have a full field. Like, the racing can be great, but there are so many moving pieces that you just got to be careful.
Yeah, Philly Bean, I think that one's on you, to be honest. But how about Joshua McQuiggan in this beautiful LadyMakes.com cart for crew racing? Brandon Bowers will lead us down here for our second start of the night. We did not get probably about 100 feet, but Randy Arms was able to take over that second spot.
Yeah, the inside line got a better jump last time with Bowers going hard and Randy Arms following him on through.
Steven Valdala's up 3. Max Jurek is up 2. A couple guys able to pick up a couple of spots here, be advantageous.
Had to go grab the link for LadyMakes.com, proud supporter of ARS. She does some great work on her website and a lot of products that are very nice, very, you know, much at home with the ladies. They make the ladies
Day is
happy.
coming up. Get something for the mothers in your life. Only, less than a month away already, but pace car is off. Makes the hard left turn down pit road, and Brandon Bowers is going to get us underway here for the second start of the evening here. Coming back to green flag action on lap number 6. Let's see if the field can get up to speed.
Gotta say, they're not super tight back there.
As the field's already spanning out 3 wide. That's McQuiggan down on the bottom side of the racetrack, maybe even 4. McQuiggan through to second if he can make it stick on the bottom. Herberton further back, cars bouncing off the wall. Brandon Kiger through the grass. Kyle Ritchie trying to avoid it all. The 18 Mark Frimpong going to come back up the racetrack. Everyone's going to look scrambling for positions, and we stay green.
What happened with Frimpong there? Like, he was low on the apron and just decided to go straight.
Cars bouncing off the wall. The 3 machine, Alex Shira, has it saved, and the 18 machine was just trying to miss it all. Let's quickly take another look at this. What he's going to see here in front of him, cars beating and banging, that is Thomas Green, and he's just going to have to hook a left. And he's off for a wild ride, but somehow able to continue down to the 28th position. But McQuiggan, with that 3 wide move, gets into the second position as they're all fighting behind him.
The only thing a lot of that started to pop off, Colton Lyons. I don't know if he was expecting to have 40 other cars around him. Did not seem very comfortable being that close to the outside wall.
Yeah, that's what kind of kicked that off, as he bounced off the backstretch wall, but he'll still be in the 8th position. How about Max Jurek? Coming over from the LCQ, he's up 6 spots, runs in the 10th position currently. Further back inside the top 20, Ryan Hatch. Trying to pick up a spot on Mitchell Bagley. Matt Tatum trying to get involved. A little bit of contact made here. .54 will hold position for now. Get around Bagley. A lot of guys trying to work their way through this hornet's nest to the top 20 and below. Chris Pinder holds the advantage right now by about half a second over Kenny Stennis for that lucky dog spot. Only 2 cars, 1 lap down. See Jonathan Dawley, Devin Galvin, the 88 of Dylan Felvich, the 88 of Dylan Felvich, excuse me.
Ooh, Frimpong taking it 3 potentially.
These guys are all jockeying for position. 3 wide right behind them. We saw Andrew Tennell, Travis DeLeon getting involved. A couple of Bitcoin cars.
Frimpong 3 wide on the apron. Daniel Pereira, and that is a car around. Caution is out.
23 and the 34, hard into the outside wall. Caution is out again. Chris Pinder will be your lucky dog.
Oh, that's just unlucky. Daniel Pereira really trying to back out of it. Uncomfortable. 4 wide for a second, and I think William might have come down. Not realizing that Pereira has nowhere to go.
And we saw this battle here. Frimpong, very aggressive moves. Almost turned 34 initially. 3 wide heading off into turn number 1. And the 34 is just trying to back out. Doing the respectful thing, and it ends up turning the 23. Who does come down just his hair, but he doesn't realize that Dolly's underneath him. Frimpong's there. That's a tough situation. And hopefully, I mean, I know they bounced off each other a couple times, but it doesn't look like race-ending damage for either of those cars.
I don't know. Those tollings can be pretty fickle. Yeah, Black Gold Racing really does not have like a lot of good luck around here.
See
Whether it
there?
be
Oh,
Daniel
that right
Pereira or
front
Daniel
on the
Hash,
34 is sparking a bit. Yeah, that thing is crab walking. William Bowman looks like significant damage to the left front side of that Eagle 1 Ford Mustang, but I don't believe he is crab walking.
yeah, it's just heartbreaking for, the Brazilians.
You put in a lot of work throughout the week to make the show, and then through no fault of your own, kind of getting caught up in just what is a racing deal early on here.
Yeah, they race really respectfully because they know that, like, internet connectivity issues, netcode, it's going to play a factor when you're, that far away from, the other people you're racing with. So they try and be very cautious, and it's just, caution can kill you.
A couple of these guys getting damage fixed. Jarrett Talmadge. James Jimmy Fillers has damage. He was involved in that kerfuffle a little bit earlier with Colton Lights. See both of these guys down here for lengthy repairs. You can see the crew starting to beat out some of that damage on the front end of that car, but that toe link repair will be the killer there for the 34 team Black Gold Racing. William Bowman going to be able to get back out on the lead lap. So this will put Kenny Stennis, I believe, the only man one lap down. Cycle through the order once pit stops are completed. There's the 34 not able to beat the pace car out, having to wait on those required repairs for that right front toe link. How about Brandon Bowers? Pole sitter, 29.92. Just needs a little bit of luck, and he could be a multi-time winner this year already. Quiggin, true racing driver, he made a heck of a move on the second restart of the race to get to that second position. Picked up 3 spots doing it.
Yeah, and McQuiggan being the one that told me about the tire fall off, and if you're the leader, that it works out better for you. He knows he's going to want to get to the front and be the leader, not be in dirty air. He doesn't want to put that much work on his tires or wear on his tires.
Absolutely. You want to be the one setting the pace, not having to chase down others and burn up your stuff.
Although Brandon Bowers has blinked out and has not come back in a minute.
Oh, don't tell me. Not again.
He didn't leave. He's still here. For now.
You can check the entry list. Tell me what his quality is.
Bad.
Oh, no.
29, but red.
Oh, no.
Yeah. I think
it's...
I think we might have lost Brandon Bowers. Oh, and Daniel Pereira did have black flag injuries.
Yeah, totally.
Damage.
Required repairs, meatball flag.
Yeah, they're giving McQuiggan because Bowers is gone.
Yeah, he'll have control here. Lights are out on top of the pace car, coming back to green flag racing here on lap number 16.
And it's just getting worse for Bauer. He's now down to 18.
Really only a matter of time, unfortunately.
And he's gone.
That'll put Kenny Stennis, the man, only 1 lap down all by himself. He can get back into this race. Daniel Pereira on pit road.
And that's going to be a lengthy repair. I believe, it's like 8 minutes are required minimum for a broken toe link?
Toe link plus whatever other damage he sustained in the accident.
Yeah.
Pace car makes that hard left-hand turn. McQuiggan will lead us down here to the Geico restart zone. Back underway here on lap number 16. It's a good jump.
Big checkups.
Checkups there with the 7 machine. Magnus Anderson.
Dylan Herviton getting absolutely shoved by Nick Miller.
Side by side for second. Colton Lights hanging on in there with that left side damage. Further back, Mitchell Bagley finds himself 3 wide almost. They sort it out for now, but this is the hornet's nest that we've been seeing all night long. 3 wide again.
Alex had a deep entry there, had a check up.
Oh, and someone is shooting across the racetrack. That is Sartaj Mann. Look out here on the rejoin. Gets it woed up. And what the heck happened to the 49?
He came up and got into Nick Miller. I don't know if they met in the middle, but contact between him and Nick Miller sent him through the infield.
Just battling for third position. They kind of bounce off the wall, and he gets shot into the left. Amazing display of car control to only lose a handful of spots. Here's Bagley going side by side with another LCQ transfer, Samuel Demien. There's Mark Frimpong making that 3-wide move. This didn't work out so well last time. Contact made.
I believe that's Matthew Tatum on the apron. He coming up in front of Ryan Tiller.
Oh, that's going to be airtime. Huge, huge damage. The 9 machine is destroyed. And that car is the 35. Destroyed, unable to move.
I've never seen that much damage before. Is that the new damage model?
That is the new damage model in effect. Your race is done. Ryan Tiller's race is destroyed. What in the world happened?
Oh, and who was that? Ryan Hatch also got collected in this.
Oh, that's just... Oh, my goodness. Did not hold the brakes there, it appears, on that 35. They might have just been destroyed. I'm not sure. What in the world?
Who was that? Tony Scarbo got collected when 35 came back down track. And again, don't even know if he could have stopped.
Looks like he was. Oh, man. So Frimpong, we were just right ahead of them. Frimpong was making the 3-wide move. We were on Bagley going up the racetrack, and then right behind him, I think Tatum comes up.
You think?
A little bit more than the 88.
You think?
Yeah.
You got eyes, brother. I know you got eyes.
Yeah, but he's going to come up there and misjudge it just a little bit, and at this point, he's a passenger. It happens so late down the front straightaway, there's nothing you can do but hope and pray, and Ryan Tiller, nothing he could have done. Car's destroyed here. The 24 machine is going to get neck coated here. His car is destroyed as well. No contact was made. Jonathan Parsons, the 54, Ryan Hatch. And then here's where I don't know if he could even slow the car down. It looks like he's just rolling. Rear tire is not locked up. Tony Scarbo, and then that destroys the left rear. I mean, the whole car was destroyed, so I don't know if he could even stop.
I mean, when the wheels are wobbling, I don't know if there's any chance of slowing that car down.
Yeah, this is just a race of attrition right off the bat. We talked about the uniqueness of this racetrack. Speeds reaching upwards of 190 miles an hour. The race is like a short track in the corners, having to use a lot of brake on these cars. Yeah, and nothing Ryan Tiller could have done there. This is...
He is in chat and unsurprisingly unhappy.
But this is going to put literally 31st to 40th on pit road for repairs. It shows you the finer margins of racing too. You just misjudge it, drift up the track a little bit. How disastrous it can be. But Daniel Pereira going to have some opportunities to pick up a couple of spots here for sure. He can get back out there. Brakes are on the left.
I like how it made me, like, add the term pedal.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't believe Bauer... Sorry, I was going to say, I don't believe Bowers has come back, so that's going to be a spot for Pereira.
Yeah, a lot of guys obviously going to benefit from this. Kyle Ritchie up 10. Bagley up 6. Dalen Failvich, who was just barely avoided a disaster, he's up 12. Travis DeLeon up 11. Logan Brass is up 21. Kevin Boley up 17.
Jonathan Dolly up 13.
A lot of guys just trying to survive at this point. You can come away with a solid top 20. Let's take a look at how we entered the night in terms of championship standings. We have the one to go signal here. James Jimmy Fillers On top by Thomas Green, Nick Miller, Randy Arms, and Justin L. Johnson, your top 5. You go further down the list, this top 30 is where you want to be for a guaranteed opportunity in the show. See just how close it is. Scarabo involved in that last caution. Matt Tatum. And all the way down, we've already had almost 50-plus drivers take part already this season. Battle for the top 30 heating up.
I'm looking for a big day out of Jonathan Dolly. 19th position right now. And if it's a race of attrition, you know, Dolly Parton might protect him. Asher short track racing.
It was something else. I mean, it was... We saw Sartaj Man got away with it the lap before, and...
There's a big gap on the inside for this restart.
Yeah. Sartaj Man got away with it the lap before. Matt Tatum did not. Back to the restart here.
There are a lot of open holes.
Colton Lights again not getting the best restart. Side by side for second here, Herberton and Miller. Herberton will win into turn number 1.
Lights looked like he was trying to go around the outside, but just didn't have the run.
From 8 or so. Trying to break away. Mitchell Bagley was a little bit squirrely. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3, but he's running up inside the top 15.
I feel like this track requires a lot of give and take, and not a lot of drivers want to give. They just want to take
3
right
wide again. Mark Frimpong been 3 wide more times tonight than I can remember. We're only 24 laps into the race.
Exactly what I was talking about. Drivers not wanting to give, only wanting to take. I think our biggest problems right now are the runoffs out of the corners. These drivers want to come up high to keep momentum going, and they just kind of run out of real estate.
See, the longer we get into a run, though, the more natural field spread we'll get between these drivers that are able to save tires and those that
We have to get going on a run first.
60 and the 61 battling away here for the 11th position. I mean, it's pretty much nose to tail right now. Running these fixed setups, obviously, each and every week. Places the ability directly in the driver's hands. Obviously, they can mess with things like brake bias a little bit, but everyone's got the same thing under the hood.
Except them cheating Yoders.
Thomas Green trying to make up a move around the outside of Zach Alma. We can tell most of these guys through 3 and 4 want to run that bottom side of the racetrack. Get those left sides on that yellow line. Shortest way around the racetrack. Here's Logan Grass, your biggest mover. Trying to go around the outside of Andrew Tenold.
Might be able to make it work with the runoff.
Again here, just right around this top 20, top 25. Guys just battling away.
Tenold fighting his own like co-owner now. Tenold Galvin going at it.
Saw them last week going at it at Bristol.
Ooh, Tenold, I think he got the wall
Contact
there.
further back. Teammates Chris Pinder and Kevin Boley, they're still beating and banging down the front stretch. CMS boys going hard at each other.
Hey, there goes Rye. Go Rye. Pick up those laps, buddy.
I'm surprised he's able to get back out on track that quickly.
Yeah, that is kind of surprising.
Only 6 minutes of repairs. And the entire right front was off the car. He's going to pick up a handful of spots here, as is Daniel Pereira.
I was going to say, it says he's on the same lap as Pereira, so they might be battling for position.
We're going to pass Jonathan Parsons. You see, now things are starting to get a little calm. They just got to get through that first sequence. As I say that, Mark Frimpong. Ooh, the
Devin
95
Galvin.
and the 89. Things are not calm here. Not for 20th spot. It's pretty much in the danger zone all night. Multiple cars hitting the wall out of turn number 4. They're just going at each other, but Outside of that, it is starting to get a little bit single file. McQuiggan holding a 4.5 of a second lead over Dylan Herberton. Nick Miller has cracked the podium positions. Impressive consistency all season long for this 20 team. Haven't been able to break through quite yet. You can see there 3 top 5s throughout the first 5 races.
I think there's something wrong with that 89. Whatever happened during that, he's starting to hemorrhage runs.
And Samuel Demien, not sure if that was just lag or if he got actually put into the outside wall there. That right front did not look healthy, but nevertheless, he continues. He is experiencing the joys of online connectivity. Looks like he's just
Caution out.
Caution out on the racetrack. Ryan Hatch and Kevin Boley, it looks like. Contact. Oh, they were all over each other on turn number 4. Oh, and the 27 just comes down off the wall. Spinning through the grass. See Ryan Hatch involved in quite a lot here through these first 32 laps.
Ooh, that is certainly questionable. Ryan Hatch more than likely kind of put him on the wall, but I think it might have been a little net code that pulled Hatch up, but it definitely seemed like a little bit more than net code that Boley came down.
Let's go take a look on board. They bounced off the wall. That's no doubt there. Let's go see here when he bounces off the wall.
Oh, actually, the wheel's pointing to the right. He's not trying to turn left.
Yeah, the toe link's probably broken again on that 27 machine. But he's got that thing pointed to the right, and it is not turning. Yeah, I'm going to go. Good save there. Yeah, so no worries there. Yeah, but this 54 just drives in too deep. And yeah, I mean, there's no net code. He is inside of him. He shoves him right up there. Nothing Kevin Boley could have done about that one. Ryan Hatch trying to pick up a spot here right outside the top 25. You can tell the 54 just gasses it up and comes way up there. Yeah, and just puts him right in the wall. Everyone's going to take the opportunity to come down to pit lane here. Except your top 3 who pitted on lap number 19. Mark Frimpong, Sartaj Mann, and Steven Valdala.
I think this is going to get exciting.
Definitely throws a wrench in the strategy here. Also gives a bonus point to that 18 machine for leading the lap. Race of attrition marches on. Looks like we should have roughly 35 cars on the lead lap. Ryan Tiller, Daniel Pereira, Jonathan Parsons, Matt Tatum, and Brandon Bowers. Multiple laps down, but Pereira, Tiller, and Parsons continuing on. So Matt Tatum and Brandon Bowers out of the race, 39th and 40th. Michael McElroy did not grid up, started from the pits, and has not come out since then. But your top 3 all on the same tire strategy. These brave 3 drivers will see what they can do here. We know the fall-off's pretty hard, but got a couple of caution laps since lap number 19, so we'll see if they're able to get away with it here.
Yeah, I think this is definitely going to be one of those strategy calls of all time, you know?
Well, they're doing it early enough in the race so they can gather that data and be like, all right, is 10, 12 laps a big difference? You know, can we make that work?
We'll see how fast we get going 3 wide. I think it's going to be pretty quick.
We'll be going back to green next time by. Gotta let the lead lap cars and lap down cars pit separately. Failvich and Fillers back in. Ryan Hatch will go a lap down during this. But he will not go 2 laps down. Zach Amon coming back in. Zach Scare typing from the car. You're up 15 spots so far, sir. Avoided most of the chaos. How about
It always scares me how he types and drives.
How about Steven Valdala up 31 positions? You start
Mostly strategy call, but still up 31 positions.
Absolutely. 31 positions, 31 positions. You get them how you can take them. Coming back to the restart here on lap number 37. Front 3 all on older tires. Let's take a quick look just to remind you one last time of the current strategy here of your top 3. But both lanes going to have drivers on older tires, so we'll see if anyone spins their tires. What the rest of the field does if that happens. Going back to the restart here, Mark Frimpong going to get us back underway. Looks like a pretty decent restart. Yeah, Valdala didn't necessarily spin his tires, just didn't get through the gears as quick, but that'll be just fine there for your top 3. McQuiggan going to clear Valdala. These guys will try and, I imagine, get to this high side to get around Valdala, who's going to hold the bottom here. Sartaj Man making a move for the race lead. McQuiggan coming right behind him. About that 49 on those old tires. He's going to fight for the lead here. He's got McQuiggan coming right behind him. Car on the wall. It's Kyle Ritchie. They scatter further back. Randy Arms through the grass, and caution is out.
Ooh, that was contact between Colton Lights and Randy Arms that got Kyle Ritchie into the wall.
Colton Lights in his debut finding a rough go of things. Finds 3 right ahead of him. Valdala, I mean, just, oh. And then he's going to get turned after the fact from the 61 of Max Urek. Nice job by the rest of the field to avoid him. But this is inadvertently, this is not Valdala's fault. But watch how much he backs up through the center of the corner. It's not the best angle of it. But you'll see here, Randy Arms definitely checks up. I mean, you can visibly see the checkup. Colton Lights gets in the back of Randy Arms, shoots him sideways up into the 76. And then a chain reaction kicks that off with the 61 machine of Max Urek.
And Max is trying to avoid those 2 cars on the wall. A little bit of an overcorrection came down and got Colton.
A split-second decision. Hard damage for the 40. Jarrett Talmadge through the grass. Devin Galvin makes evasive maneuvers. So put more guys on pit road. Heavy right front damage to the 40 machine.
And while we're under caution, since we've had multiple of them, if you or anyone you know are looking to have a little more control over your, race control, make sure you can throw cautions. If you don't run iRacing cautions like we do not, you can head on over to Admin Box, who specialize in, I forgot. The button boxes specifically for race control.
Absolutely. It has multifunction purpose as well. You can use it for driving, race control, all the above. Key it for Stream Deck if you really wanted to, but love the multifunction use of it. Discount code for the viewers of this stream, as well as the ARS drivers and admin team. So massive shout out to Admin Box for coming on board. Being a great partner for the Affinity Racing Series for a great cause for the St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital. Already over $1,300 raised for charity, and we're not even halfway through the season. Almost to 70% of our goal. And we are definitely racing for a cause each and every week. I'll give it to those top 3, though, on those old tires. Mann, Frimpong, and Steven Valdala. He's fallen back to 7th, but they are committed to this strategy. They want to save a set here.
Had to go get confirmation, but the discount code for admin box is ARSBOXX.
Very fitting.
The ARS box.
Coming back to the restart, they'll be getting the green flag on lap number 42. 35 cars on the lead lap. Ryan Tiller, Daniel Pereira, Jonathan Parsons, multiple lap downs, trying to pick up spots. Matt Tatum and Brandon Bowers out of the race. Michael McElroy, Drew Jawat, and Spencer Burton did not take the green flag here this evening.
I'm kind of surprised Bowers hasn't tried to, you know, get back in the car. It was only connectivity issues. He could potentially come back, run laps, get positions.
I'd be kind of, you know, it's no fault of his or iRacing or anything because he still shows online. But what do you do in that situation? We've had rotten luck all season. You just get on the pole, you're controlling the race, and then you just get kicked, you know. Or we haven't known him to have connection issues ever, so unless a random storm blew through, I just wouldn't feel too motivated to get back in the car. Especially because it wasn't, you know, he didn't wreck out or get wrecked. It was just completely outside of his control. It will be, again, Sartaj Mann here on the restart, on those older tires with Mark Frimpong alongside of him. What can they do?
I think they're going to need to get another good jump here.
Decent jump for Sartaj Mann, but not for Frimpong. Quiggin actually didn't get going too well. And that'll allow Mann to get clear down in turn number 1. Nick Miller
working the high side.
He's got those fresh tires. We'll see what kind of run he can get up in turn number 2 and down the back straightaway. But Frimpong might be inadvertently uses a pick. He's blocking on those older tires. That's a good way to get shipped to the moon. Herberton diving it in deep there. McQuiggan will make the pass.
Frimpong going back up under him.
Fighting back on those older tires.
Oh, we're about to be 3 wide. Justin L. Johnson sending it down on the bottom.
Herberton caught in the middle. Oh, and he almost got that left for Nick Miller way up the racetrack. Lose 3 or 4 spots there. Magnus Anderson waiting if something happens. So far, McQuiggan not able to find a way around Frimpong. 3 wide again. Justin L. Johnson going to make contact with the 36. Just keep it straight for now. Frimpong doing everything he can to keep McQuiggan behind him. I would not be blocking like this on those older tires.
Not at all. Yeah, he's getting moved.
About got moved. Yeah, McQuiggan gasses it up middle of the corner. McQuiggan is not happy. Stuck behind this 18. Who's done some pretty aggressive moves to keep the spot. Herberton diving it in deep now. McQuiggan has to deal with this. Trying a crossover move. This is allow Sartaj Mann, though, to break away almost to a second here. We'll see what Herberton can do. This is playing in perfectly to the 049's hands. Because if we get another handful of laps here, caution comes out, he can pit from the race lead. Especially if the 18 is the steel curtain.
Making moves back there. He has been slicing and dicing them up here, trying to fight for 5th place.
Got Nick Miller pushing him, Samuel Demien trying to pick up that spot.
Herberton making a move to the outside of Frimpong.
Frimpong not able to get up there and block the move. Down into turn number 3. How deep does he drive it in on those older tires? McQuiggan trying to get involved. The 18 still holding the bottom pretty well, but might be too well. Hits the apron. Herberton way out of the groove. Side drafting going on, and again, Mark Frimpong just not letting anyone get through. McQuiggan going to try and send him again. Herberton going to... Oh, now Herberton's going to get to the back of McQuiggan, who's spinning in front of the field. He's going to spin down to the inside grass, lock the brakes, but he's not going to be able to stop in time. And this has turned into a mess for second place. The guys on cleaner tires can't decide who wants to wreck Mark Frimpong, so they wrecked each other instead. And Sartaj Man is laughing all the way to the bank.
Oh, that is heartbreaking for McQuiggan. One car crashes, will not bring out the caution.
Spun off down to the back straightaway.
He almost saved it. He was getting that car wound up. I think he got into the grass, and it just was, out of his control from there.
I'll be very interested to see what Nick Miller does if he can catch Frimpong, because we know he doesn't take anything out on the racetrack.
Yellow is out.
Caution out on the racetrack. This is actually Dylan Failvich here with Ryan Hatch, who has just been a magnet here tonight. 3 wide again. We've seen that multiple times tonight.
Oh, Failvich just gets loose. He comes up into Ryan Hatch.
But Ryan Hatch is already on his door as they enter the corner. Yeah, Hatch comes down into the 88. Then they're off of each other. Hatch comes... Yeah, no, Hatch came down and hit him twice. He's off of him.
I was just watching the looseness out of the corner. I didn't see that stuff through the corner.
He comes down, hits him twice. And with the contact, I mean, then they're off, and then he gets loose again, but contact through the corner did not help and eventually gets turned. But I'd say definitely the 54 upset that race car. Everyone able to avoid. The 88 should be able to continue. Don't think the toe link's going to be broken there. And after all that, Frimpong and Sartaj Man come down to pit. Rest of the field stays out, so they'll have the fresh tires.
I kind of want to have a chat with an angry little man. I'm going to pull him in the booth. How you feel about that?
It depends on who you're talking about here.
McNuggets.
No, he's having a discussion with Herberton right now, so we're going to let them...
Nah.
No, we're going to let them talk
We
about
can bother them.
No, I'd rather let them talk it out. Let me go see who else we got there tonight. Who else is out there?
Could bring in my pick to win, Jonathan Dolly.
Yeah, let's go talk to TGR, see how they're doing out there tonight.
Where on them that?
Hello, we are unannounced into your voice channel. How are we doing tonight, fellas?
Hello.
Pretty good.
Hello.
Oh, we're doing all right.
Race of attrition tonight definitely set the tone early, and it has continued on, but it looks like for the most part, you guys have been able to avoid the chaos and picking up some spots as a result.
Yep.
And a few close calls, to be honest with you.
A few full close calls.
10 Olden and Galvin, you've been right around that 20th spot, which is just the danger zone most of the night.
Yeah, I'm just trying to keep the tires saved because this track just eats them. I'm not trying to push too hard, but it's really hard to stay around all these guys because they're all just all over the place, and it's really it's insane.
Yeah,
I'm just trying to let people pick themselves off. That's my
I'm
plan.
just trying to finish good for the next 3 races. That's my goal.
Yeah, Dolly, would you...
Top 30.
Dolly, you'd be happy to know that your Art's picked to win here tonight.
Oh, that's
I
surprising.
did also call you Jonathan Dolly Pardon.
Yeah.
Oh, that's...
When in
Nice.
Nashville, right?
Hell yeah. I'm all for it.
What about...
We're gonna change-
I've got
we're gonna
confidence
change
in the
the
car.
name.
We'll see where we end up at the end of the day. But I think, yeah, it's a race of attrition, like many have said, just like Bristol. So
Well,
Be
Brandon
there to win at
Kiger
the end
right
of
now.
this.
He's up 9 spots into that 8th position. You're kind of keeping your nose clean as well.
Yeah, man, doing the best we can at it here. We'll see how it goes out. Just trying to save tires and hopefully get a long run.
Yeah, still a long way to go here tonight, so definitely got to keep your eyes peeled and hold on to this race car. Good luck the rest of the way, gentlemen.
thank you so
Appreciate
much.
Hello, Michael Moody. You're still in
Hello
Rod Car
from
jail. I'm
Rod-
so sorry.
Yeah, I don't think you're ever getting released out of there, bud. Maybe you send in an apology letter to Rod. He might.
Rod Car Road to Recovery.
I still think my co-commentator here would hate if I said that I agree with what you did.
Oh no. You can't really willingly admit that.
What's he gonna do? He gonna ban me? I don't race in Rod Car.
He's already removed you from a couple of races.
He's done it once.
Everybody just calm down.
He deserved it. Not the guy I did it to.
After all of this, Dylan Herberton and Samuel Demien will be on the front row here. Magnus Anderson, Jarrett Talmadge, row number 2. iPhone Notes app Twitter apology coming soon. The most iconic apology in the sports entertainment industry.
Hey, you don't even have to do it yourself. You get Chat GPT to write it for you.
You know, now we're talking here. Using AI.
Michael Moody intentionally wrecked a kid on stream, or at least attempted to wreck somebody on stream, and got banned from a league for it. The kid's annoying, though.
Coming back to the restart, Dylan Herberton in the 36. Lead us back down to green here on lap number 53, and he gets a pretty good jump. He'll be clear heading off into turn number 1. Focus.
Damien, not a great jump on there. He was getting pushed by Talmadge.
Talmadge actually might get him clear into turn number 1. Magnus Anderson going to fight back on that inside. Damien drives it in deep. Might have the run off of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway. Talmadge looking low on Magnus Anderson for 3rd. That'll allow Demian to get clear.
Ooh, Thomas Green almost getting turned by DeLeon. Battle back here for 7th.
I heard Devin Galvin say he just wants to save his tires, try and keep the car in one piece, but right now he's sitting P5. And further back, Thomas Green, Travis DeLeon still going at it. Jonathan Dolly side by side right now for 10th. As we know, the restart's the best opportunity to pick up spots. It was the Friday Night League. It's Rod Carr Friday Night Plate Racing. Sartaj Mann and Mark Frimpong trying to make up moves on their new tires, as is Nick Miller, Justin L. Johnson. Mixed bag of strategies.
And I was going to comment on your take of Devin Galvin wanting to keep a clean car. I mean, right now it seems like being up front might be the best place to do that.
Well, he almost getting blocked there by the 42. Logan Brass and Jordan Miller going out at the Bitcoin Boys Racing teammates going at it side by side. Oh, 89 up into the wall. No contact from his teammate, just kind of overcooked the exit of the corner. Randy Arms trying to recover from an earlier incident as well. William Bowman. He's had a great recovery. That car is all fixed up, and he sits inside the top 15. Kevin Boley, he's back on the lead lap, but he has lost the pack. Still significant damage to be repaired. Ryan Hatch still battling away with a broke race car. So still 34 guys on the lead lap, but a lot of damage to a lot of different cars. Right now, it's the Dylan Herberton show. Half a second over Samuel Demien, who's under pressure for Magnus Anderson.
I think one of the better battles in the back, if he can get to him, will be McQuiggan if he catches up to Frimpong. They're both going to be trying to fight their way back through the field. Right now, Frimpong has about 10 spots on him.
Nick Miller just content to follow him through the field. There's Sartaj Mann. He's picking up a lot of spots. Gets by Logan Brass. Next up is Jordan Miller. Great run down the back straightaway. 8 Machine through a half-hearted block is going to compromise the 49's entry into turn number 3. Side by side now. This is for the 12th position. Again, here further back, the Hornet's Nest rages on. Trying to pick up spots crucially inside the top 20. Chris Pinder's up 21 spots.
That is the just worst thing. Philippine Redeemed, they crank it up and said it hasn't been a wreck in a while.
Why would we? We will honor the contractual obligation of the channel points redemption. If I can find it. And look at that. Oh, Tony Scarbo just might kill somebody. Caution out on the racetrack.
What?
They did not see that, apparently. Max Urek is stranded on the front stretch, almost got killed. McQuiggan gets into him, 61, unable to save it. He comes back up the racetrack. Tony Scarbo, I thought, was a dead man. Oh, my goodness. And we stay green, much to the chagrin of my name companion. Oh, my goodness.
That is incredibly surprising that the caution was not.
No one called that
there.
out. 25th on back, but here we go, 3 wide. Another chance for a caution. Randy
Mike,
arms up
seriously.
and Jonathan Dolly. Frimpong trying to crack this top 10. It's just behind him, another Hornet's Nest 3 wide. There goes the 89 into the side of Chris Pinder. Pinder going to get turned on board with Jordan Miller. Caution has to be out.
That was a long wreck.
Kenny Sten is involved. And what is it entering turn number 1 that these drivers can't get off of each other? Justin L. Johnson makes that dive down to 3 wide. And Jordan Miller just comes down and gets the 17. Turn himself across the nose. Justin L. Johnson catches a piece. Zach Alman gets hit into Pinder from fillers.
Another member of Jughead, like, just not having a good year for those boys.
You mean the points leader?
He's had some bad races.
He's still your points leader.
He's had some bad. He could be leading by a lot more. I'm saying it's a bad year for him. He might be a points leader.
Oh, but the 89 comes to the 89, and the 8 teammates just came down. It was a little late to react there. Pinder might have gotten the worst of this. Maybe, I don't know. Oh, Valdolla late catches a piece. The guy's just not displaying kind of what they need to, like, right here on the right here. They're just not aware that they got a car right up under them or right outside of them, and they're just kind of merging into traffic. It happens to be their fellow companions, but it is not working. I'll get a quick word here with the Planet Sim Esports guys. They've had a relatively calm race, all things considered.
Literally because I had.
Sorry, boys. Jumped in unannounced, but here with Jarrett Talmadge and Thomas Green. How are we doing tonight?
Doing pretty good. We look like we got some speed here. Unfortunately, Jarrett can't hear the engine of his car, so that's a little loop he has to play through. I'll let him explain that one.
Yeah, you're up 22 spots, but can't hear your engine. Explain.
I don't know. I guess as some people would say, I guess I'm just that guy, pal. I don't know. And the audio quit working right as qualifying happened. I couldn't fix it, so I had to hop in and do it. It's pretty tough out here. I don't think it'd be this bad, but man, it's rough. Can't hear a lot of
Yeah,
things.
you actually have to shift here at Nashville, so that throws a wrench into things for sure.
I've almost probably blown up a couple times redlining, so yeah, it's getting there. But honestly, not bad. I mean, I was running up front there. I don't know how many spots I'm up since the start of the race, but
currently up
having
22,
a good race so far.
So yeah, I've been passing a bunch of people. Outside of all the chaos, you guys kind of seem much like at Daytona earlier this year. You guys kind of just avoid it somehow, some way, and you are just kind of laying low, and you're going to pick up a good finish here if you can keep it up the second half of this race.
Yeah, got to put yourself in a good position to finish in a good position. So that's what we tend to do, and hope we can finish this off.
Yeah, I think we got good speed, and just all about, like you said, keeping it clean and see if we can beat it at the end.
Absolutely. Well, good luck the rest of the way, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We have a Tyler Connor sighting here in chat tonight. How exciting. The Planet Sim Esports guys currently sit P11 and P14, but with some audio issues on that 42 thing. His radio's not working, much like real life. They're just like us. But the race of attrition continues to march on. More cars picking up damage. 34 cars on the lead lap. James Jimmy Filler is the only man 1 lap down. Ryan Tiller is slowly picking up laps on these guys. And still only Matt Tatum and Brandon Bowers out of the race. Lights are out on top of the pace car. We're already halfway through this race this evening. A quick reminder, next week, the Ramblin' Wreck 90 at the repaved, reconfigured Atlanta Motor Speedway. Going back to some plate racing, LCQ at 7 p.m. Eastern, raceaffinity.com/live. And as always, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here on YJ Media. You'll be getting a plethora of Georgia Tech football facts and why they are the best football team in the state of Georgia. Be sure to tune in for that. This week going to be a thriller on the plate track. We still got a long way to go here in LadyMakes.com 140. And there'll be, again, some of the same guys using this strategy. Mark Frimpong, Sartaj Mann. Electing to kind of play mixed bag of strategy here. A lot of guys playing mixed bag of strategy. Sartaj Mann going to be leading us down here on this restart. Back underway, lap number 68.
And they got another big jump. An inside line not gathered up. Going to be 3 wide potentially. Some cars backing out of it.
Alex Chira, Arsenal Motorsports driver.
We are not backing out of it. Brandon Kiger.
Mitchell
definitely 3
Bagley got run up the racetrack almost into Chira. They're 4 wide down the back straightaway off into turn number 3. That'll put Nick Miller, the 51. Zach Amon very slow. Valdala's going to get turned. Mitchell Bagley's able to slow it up. Contact made. Can they all get it saved?
No,
How
Zach
in the
Scare
world?
got turned in the back. No.
Zach Scare stuck in the outside wall. That'll put Fillers back on the lead lap. And again, just the mixed bag of strategies catching guys out. Looks like the 81 might give him a little help. Trying to check, yeah, I mean, they weren't wrecking, but there was definitely a huge checkup. Stennis gets into him a little bit, and then eventually the 8, and Scarbo getting involved. Be curious to hear CMS's thoughts on this.
I mean, you want to go find out?
Yeah, we're going to go find out. Hello, unannounced. How we doing?
Oh, Mr. Max!
How we doing, fellas? So, you guys kind of have a good handle on the clean racing side of things. What needs to be done out here to get some longer green flag runs tonight?
A little give and take.
There's no. You know,
Hey, that's
no
what I
give.
said earlier.
There's no give, it's all take.
I'll take
You
it.
know what? That's fine
real
when like
patient.
you're into a run and we're spread out, but we can't even get the tires
Too
warmed
many,
up.
too many 3 wides too early. And
Yeah.
not letting things go out.
Did I come up on that guy there in that last wreck, or did he come down, or
The very last one?
one
No,
where I
no, no.
came into contact with what's his name?
The
Jordan.
one that's Philly Bean's fault.
Oh yeah, I don't know. I'd have to. There was one. I think you and Tatum had like kind of similar things. I think yours, Pinder, was you got. I think Miller came down onto you. I think.
Well, I
There's-
could have moved down if there wasn't a car hugging
Right.
the grass.
But there's so many, like, the front stretch, I know it's got a little bit of a curve to it, but guys are just, like, not aware that they're 3 wide, or they're just not aware how close a guy is, and they have just had multiple instances of a guy just coming down onto someone on the front stretch. And
Well,
that's-
you can turn this on in the options, it's a spotter,
Right,
and he tells you how many cars are under you.
yeah. But, so it's funny, like, they know they're there. They're side by side off of 4, and then, like, they'll go through that little curve, you know? It's not completely straight.
Mhm.
And they'll just take a left, like, you know, it's like, I don't understand. It's weird.
Well,
It's not like it's not an outrageous front stretch by any means. You know, so you got to put a little wheel into it.
Frustration's out. The admin is gone.
Yeah, William, you're top 20
Oh, we're
right
on the
now.
broadcast right now, Trav.
What's that?
I said you're top 20 right now. You were involved in a pretty big wreck early on, had a lot of damage, but looks like the
Yeah.
crew got you fixed up real good.
Yes, sir, they did.
It almost looks
I'll
brand
be
new.
buying
So.
them 12 packs this evening.
Yeah, that left front was destroyed, but no noticeable damage on you right now. You got it back inside the top.
Great. Yeah, just trying to hang in there.
Just trying to survive. Race of attrition tonight for
That's
sure.
right. That's what it is. So,
Absolutely.
no doubt. Hopefully we'll get a green run here, maybe.
Yeah, go all the way to the end, maybe?
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Yeah, that'd be nice, but
I did
think
say
I'm
pre-race
praying.
that we weren't going to reach the fuel run. I just needed to have it just in case. So, Travis, your thoughts on tonight's race?
They're about as empty as everybody. No, I'm just trying to see if I can go below 90% on my right front.
Do you
I haven't
think,
hit it yet,
you're going to
but
get protested this race?
You know what? Probably.
Yeah. Might as well.
That's okay. Somebody just hit me again. Who?
What?
Oh, it's McQuiggan. Come on.
That's admin abuse. Right
I'm okay with that one.
He's probably watching the stream right now. Just wants to mess with you.
Yeah, having
Probably.
A good time. They hit the pace car. Something like that.
You ain't lying.
Yeah. All right, fellas. Good luck the rest of the way.
Later.
You heard it there first. All take, no give.
I said that earlier.
Right. That was from the drivers themselves.
I'm gonna. Oh, Randy Arms is going around. He caught the grass. What?
No, not this twice.
Not Randy Arms. Wait, who is that?
It's Ryan.
What?
Hatch, I thought.
I think it is Ryan Hatch. Their cars definitely look. It's the blue and white. I got mixed up.
What in the world's going on here tonight?
I don't know what that is. He just goes, touches grass, and goes around.
I mean, people need to touch grass, but not like that. Oh my!
He took it literally.
Yeah, he did.
And my bad on the Randy Arms call. It's just blue white.
Yeah, could be Thomas
cars
Green
like
as well.
Yeah.
Spotter's guide. We need a spotter's guide each and every week. Everyone's got to update their paint schemes and report to us weekly. The pace car going to make that hard left-hand turn. Sartaj Mann, Mark Frimpong, and Alan Burr, Justin L. Johnson, your top four. All on older tires, it must be said.
There's
Alan
a
Burr
big
goes
gap on that
nowhere
inside line.
On the
I think we
restart.
might be 3 wide, depending on where Alex Shire wanted to go with it.
Look at Thomas Green there. He's got the momentum. Jarrett Talmadge finds himself middle 3 wide. 42 machine. Got
Samuel
Dylan
Demi
Herberton.
in middle 3 wide.
Herberton just drives it in deep, as does the 42, and he might get turned.
What a save!
He just refused to go around there. Samuel Demien further back going at it with
Helmet to
McQuiggan.
Leon.
He's just outside the top 10, right inside the top 15. Dolly almost drives it in deep. There's Brandon Kiger. As the Hornet's Nest has not yet settled out. 3 wide down the back straightaway. Randy Arms going to come out the big winner here.
Oh,
Devin
no.
Galvin way up the racetrack into Alan Burr. They both continue straight for now.
Oh, McQuiggan almost gets turned. Evan Galvin not in a good spot.
Right now it's a
Jonathan
top...
Dolly now forcing the issue, going 3.
Right now it's a top 7 breakaway, and look at this mess.
Oh, Samuel Demi and Travis De Leon.
Oh,
No.
contact made! And there goes the big one down the back straightaway. Can they keep it straight? Max Jurek into the wall.
They finally threw the caution. I think they didn't want to because, again, it was only a 1-car wreck, even though that 1 car wrecked in front of the field. I don't know, do we go get his thoughts again?
Where did that... Remind me what started that again?
Travis J.P. De Leon and Samuel Demien.
Oh, boy. Travis, last car on the lead lap, back to 34th. And just 3 wide, 3 wide, 3 wide. He just said there was no give. And that doesn't... What in the world happened there? Let's get a look at the whodunit angle. Dolly on the bottom. De Leon up top. Demien through the middle. Demien gasses it up, gets into the side of the 15. And then here they got Alan Burr, who's coming down slow in front of De Leon, but the 60 is going to come up again and hit him and put this 15 up into the outside wall. Both drivers loose, and round goes to 15. Cars. There's Nick Miller doing a drift down the back straightaway, and everyone else able to avoid.
Nick Miller getting it in the grass and managing to keep it straight is really a big save there.
It could have been a lot worse. That's what I thought the big one was occurring. I thought Miller was coming back up in front of the field. And all of that, Thomas Green able to get through some of those guys on older tires. Let's take a look at your pit stop strategy here thus far through the race. Again, a mixed bag here. You can see Sartaj Mann came in on lap 49. The rest of the guys in the top 8, 64. So a lot of guys abandoned this lap 49 strategy. It's just Sartaj Mann. He had Mark Frimpong with him. Frimpong abandoned that strategy, came down, got 4 fresh tires on it. A couple of guys pitted on lap 64, including Devin Galvin, Ryan Hatch, Kenny Stenez. Jonathan Dolly's having a moment here in 9th.
I don't think my pick to win is doing well.
He was 9th, but he just had an excursion there touching grass. A couple guys pitted on lap 70, lap 76. I mean, it's a whole mixed bag of strategy here. I'm not sure how it's going to end up. Lights still on the pace car, so we're getting back to green flag racing on lap number 80. We expect Thomas Green to have a good shot to take the lead here with his teammate in tow. So Planet Sim Esports guys having a good time at the front right now. What is Max? What's happening to Max Urek? Oh, he catches the grass on pit exit. He goes for
These drivers really taking touch grass to heart.
This is very interesting what's going on here tonight. Makes for interesting commentary, that's for sure. Give us stuff to talk about, so I can't inherently complain. Yeah, I don't think these guys really are allowing themselves to get spread out. They're wrecking within the first 20 laps of a run. They're not allowing that natural fall off to dictate who's going to be where, but the race of attrition continues to march on. Fillers was spending more time on pit road, so he did not get the lucky dog. It went to Ryan Tiller, so he's 6 laps down and might have a shot here to pick up more laps here if Fillers can get a quick caution, get back on the lead lap. But now Pinder are going to have to get back out there and catch up to the pack, but they're already down the back straightaway. We'll see if he gets back out. And he will. So 34 cars on the lead lap. James Jimmy Fillers 1 lap down all by himself.
We're getting that lucky dog. He's going to have to be not involved in the caution. And a lot of these have been happening around the back where he's going to be stuck. So you just got to be careful. You can't go too far to avoid it, and
you can't just lay off the pack though. You don't want to get lapped. The pace car makes that hard left-hand turn. Sartaj Mann, the only one with old tires in the field right now. We're trying to lead this field of 37 cars. Gets a decent jump there. Jarrett Talmadge will actually have a nice opportunity to get to P2 here into turn number 1.
Already 3 wide in the back. Mark Frimpong immediately going up under somebody.
13 runs pretty high. He won't have to run down the back straight, but he'll be side by side with his teammate, rather, as they try and squabble over who can get to second place and chase after the 049, who last pitted on lap 49, so he is vulnerable. They can get clear of each other. Thomas Green has the run off turn number 4, and he will be clear to second. Herberton trying to get to the outside of Talmadge, not able to do so. And Thomas Green sets off after Sartaj Mann hits the apron there a little bit. Looks to recover. Puts the 42 all over his back bumper. But look at this team play here, though. 42 going to shove him down the back straightaway.
Or he just shoved him down the back straightaway and then tried to take away the inside line. Herbertson forcing him high there.
Side by side for third. We know Herbertson's been quick, but he hasn't really had a chance to show it. With that clean air, contact made again as they go through the second half of the front stretch. Thomas Green continuing to close that gap. Herbertson climbs the track. Contact made again with the 42. Andy Arms finds himself under pressure from a whole host of others. As it is a 2-lane racetrack, so guys will be pinching hard off of turn number 4. Sartaj Man doing a very nice job hanging on. Was actually a 10th quicker last lap.
Another one who's fought his way through the field, McQuiggan up to be caution.
How about Jonathan Dolly holding on to the 9th spot still? Lap number 23 laps to go, and caution is out on the racetrack.
You got a name for me?
Do not have a name for you. Not at all. Is it Max Urek? Very well, maybe. Oh, it looks to be the 61 machine. And it is further back. Racing with Jonathan Parsons. Oh, and that's just another chain reaction. What? Oh my goodness. And that car is destroyed. What in the world? Again, just mid-pack, 3 wide down the front stretch. Mitchell Bagley, Kyle Ritchie, Zach Almond, Jordan Miller. This looks to be a checkup here. Bailvich down into the 15. They're just all over the place. And heading off into turn number 3. Bagley just throws a block, checks up everyone, and then shoots up the racetrack. Mitchell Bagley with a very late move. And then that's just going to get everyone all out of shape as they head off into turn number 3. Alan Burr has to make a move. Then Bagley, with that late move, runs right into the back of Jordan Miller, shoots up the racetrack, brings Alan Burr with him right into the 61. 61 gets sent up the racetrack and gets back into Alan Burr, loose after that. Tony Scribo sends him into the outside wall. Comes down the racetrack right in front of Chris Pinder, who, as you know, spent extra time on pit road, one of the last guys to pit, so he was behind all of the nonsense, or so he thought. And that is a right front toe link destroyed.
Yeah, I really don't know how I feel about this. Mitchell Bagley just made a not great move. He comes down and immediately gets into the back of Jordan Miller into the corner. And then, you know, cuts off Alan Burr.
Yeah, this is very unfortunate here. Still no give displayed pretty much all night. And at this point, yeah, here's Pinder. He's going to see all of this. The 34 woes up. I mean, you got guys slowing up in front of you. Daniel Pereira, Fillers, and then Ryan Tiller, I think, involved again. Yes, he is. He's going to actually not get the lucky dog because of this contact. Sartaj Man is looking to save fuel here. Last pitted on lap 49. Estimated fuel run tonight in the drivers' meeting, what we were told pre-race, was 38 to 42 laps. We've seen guys make it 45 over the course of a full fuel run. With these caution laps, he's going to be hoping to save enough to get to the end. We under 20 to go. You've made your bet at this point. Might as well lay in it.
Yeah, we've had enough cautions that he's probably been able to, you know, potentially get there through saving.
He's hoping these caution laps will keep Thomas Green and Jarrett Talmadge at a minor advantage. Obviously, he's going to have some sort of fresh rubber on these guys behind him, but he's going to hope that it's not enough. He's going to hope that the dirty air off the rear diffuser of this 049 going to hold them back long enough to see victory here tonight. He's had a pretty solid season thus far. Thomas Green trying to make it 3 wins of 6. Jarrett Talmadge, his teammate, trying to pick up his second top 5, maybe his first win. Randy Arms trying to make it 2 wins on the season. And Magnus Anderson looking for his 3rd top 10 of the season.
I'm just saying, I might have given that, little sprinkle of luck to Jonathan Dolly Parton.
Yeah, your pick to win 6th. Mine is 7th.
Come down to it, potentially a wreck on the last lap. Just see Jonathan Dolly slip on through.
It would be fitting. Lights are out on top of the pace car. Sartaj, man, got a good jump last time. What can he do here? Under 20 laps to go. Going to wait and gets a decent jump. Again, the Planet Sim Esports guy is going to have to determine who they want to set after this 49 machine. Looks like it'll be Thomas Green, because they got a bunch of fast cars behind him. Andy Arms, Alex Chira has been a staple of the top 10. William Bowman making a late charge.
Right. Kyle Ritchie.
How about
he got
Ryan
turned,
Hatch?
but he kept it straight.
He's running 9th right now. He's been involved in 3 different wrecks. Alex Chira way up the racetrack. Instant commentator's curse for Ryan Hatch. It's a wreck further back.
Out.
Kyle Ritchie, the 24. I believe that's Jonathan Parsons.
Steven Valdala gets just run through by Kenny Steens.
Stennis,
my bad.
Saw Mitchell Bagley. Saw his Bagley might have been involved as well. But yeah, Stennis just gets right in the left rear. Demian nowhere to go, and Bagley's the one that probably gets the worst out of this. Dylan Herberton involved, and the back half of the field scatters. And that does not look like a healthy #1 machine.
I think Ryanto was pretty smart. He laid way back.
Jonathan Dolly electing to come down in pit. Ryan Hatches as well. We had just said he worked his way back up into the top 10. Kind of been a race-long climb for him after being involved in 2 incidents in quick succession in the first half of the race. Big damage there for Dylan Herberton. Brandon Kiger got some left front damage from that as well. I said a lot of guys benefiting from this race of attrition. Jarrett Talmadge is up 33 spots. William Bowman up 14. Devin Galvin up 15. Andrew Tenold kind of sitting around 20th to 25th place, but he's now sitting 13th. Kevin Boley was involved in a huge crash earlier on in the race. He's up 25 spots. Alan Burr, he wasn't got a piece of that last one. He's going to stay out on the racetrack. He's up 14. Tony Scarbo up 13. Logan Brass up 15. And Chris Pinder up 10. These guys finding a way around their competitors here tonight. Max Scare up 16 as well, who said his screen was chopping a little bit on that last one.
That is terrifying.
Going to be restarting
Both for the
under
drive.
15 laps to go here. And if we keep getting these quick cautions, the advantage is with Sartaj Man. Like we saw with James Jimmy Fillers last week at Bristol, who caught a couple of late cautions that shortened up the advantage of those fresher tires. We could easily see this strategy call work off for the 049 machine.
I think it's looking pretty good for him right now.
If we can just get these tires through another heat cycle here on the restart, get 5 laps on it at least. We'll see if Thomas Green has the speed to run him down. Randy Arms has been quick all night long. He qualified in 3rd. Nick Miller had race-winning speed at times tonight. Mark Mark
And we're gonna keep
Frimpong was leading the race, blocking very aggressively for second. He's on fresh tires, so we know he wants to get back up there. Let's take a look here at your pit strategy for your top 8. Again, kind of a mixed bag. Sartaj Man, lap 49, second through 5th, 64. Nick Miller, lap 69. And then William Bowman, 64, and Mark Frimpong, 76. So he has the freshest tires in the top 10. Dylan Falvich has made 10 pit stops here tonight, and he sits in the 17th position.
They said, we got a bunch of fuel cans, we're going to use a bunch of fuel cans.
Laying it all out on the line. Lights are off on top of the pace car. Going to get the restart here with 13 laps to go.
Sartaj Man actually took the high side this time around.
So this is going to be completely dependent on this 049 machine getting a good jump, because you do not want to be side by side with this 13 who has the preferred line and has the slightly fresher tires. So it's going to be dependent on him getting a good jump. Stephen Valdala has had a moment, I believe. Yes. Under the yellow here. Not even sure what happened there. He was on the lead laps. That's going to put him back. Have to tow.
His car is off. What kind of jump can Man get? What kind of, can Green follow?
Looks like a decent jump there. Thomas Green did not get the jump he needed. Randy Arms going to be side by side for second. He might even be clear off into turn number 1, bringing Nick Miller with them. Thomas Green going to fight back on this low side. Can he slide up in front of Randy? Yes, he can, I just think, but he's not going to be able to do so. Kenny Stennis wrecking further back. Tony Scarbo, William Bowman sliding through the turn 3 grass. Big damage again to that 23 machine. The whole back half of the field exploded yet again. Zach Scare, Tony Scarbo, Logan.
Oh, there was
Grass.
a car upside down.
Oh, and Tony Scarbo. Oh my goodness. Colton Lights in his debut. That'll end the 59's night. It's just huge. Let's take a look here. Absolute chaos. 59 immediately towing. Colton Lights pushing him. Jordan Miller on his outside. Oh, and Colton just barely touches him. Nevertheless, enough to get that 59 loose. Hits the apron and instantly overcorrects into the wall. Zach Scare nowhere to go. Dylan Herberton nowhere to go. Mitchell Bagley hit the brakes, son.
What are brakes?
He runs around. I mean, he was on the grass, but it just looks so. I mean, I know you're on the grass, but you had time before that to hit the brakes. .24, Jonathan Parsons. Dolly just barely sneaks through, but Colton Lights getting the worst of this is with Tony Scarbo. Zach Scare getting a boost there. Colton is just backwards down the back straightaway. Yeah, to be fair, oh, and there's a Kenny Stennis. I think this might have been a separate incident. Yeah, this was up. He's gonna get. Oh, he's trying to miss a wreck, and he just spins himself out to avoid it. Well done to the 81 machine. I mean, that is absolutely save of the race. Able to keep it off the wall. Does not kill William Bowman, who just got loose all on his own. You see him just ahead there. And he is just... Oh, it's a tough break there for the 81. Jordan Miller barely escapes. Getting down. Pay window is open. Be restarting with less than 10 to go. Guys at the back trying to stay out. Looks like we'll have, I think, 30 cars on the lead lap. Maybe 31. Multiple guys on pit road. We'll see what it shakes out to be. Ryan Tiller still trying to pick up spots, as is Daniel Pereira.
I'm surprised Colton Lights is able to get back out on the track so soon.
It's out upside down. Colton Lights still on the lead lap. He had 51 seconds of repairs. He was upside down. How in the world?
Ask the question, how do they make it through a road course with less wrecks than this? They tend to get spread out more. They know there will be no cautions. There's
We
a lot more
thought this would
give
happen
there.
here, but due to the unique nature of this racetrack, but that has not happened. Been a hornet's nest all night long. Be restarting here with, I believe, 8 laps to go. You can see 28th on back, all trying to get repairs, so at least 27 on the lead lap. We'll see how many are able to make it off of pit road. Logan Brass in the 89. William Bowman, Chris Pinder, Herberton, Scarbo, and Valdala not able to leave their box. Eight laps to go. Sartaj Man again taking the top side of the racetrack. Thomas Green will be restarting on the inside. Randy Arms and Nick Miller have flip-flopped in row number 2. Mark Frimpong and Jarrett Talmadge, row number 3. Justin L. Johnson, Magnus Anderson, row number 4. Alex Chira and Zach Amon round out your top 10 here.
My pick is whoever makes it through the last lap wreck, because I surely believe we're going to have one.
Gotta sort out the chaos. Fruit stripe gum though on the car for the 049. A good looking race car. Filtertime.com. Great looking race car. Beautiful looking field though. Shame they tear up these cars. It will be 30 cars on the lead lap. Zach Scare, only man 1 lap down. Pace car is off. And Sartaj Man will be leading us down here with 8 laps to go. And we are back underway. Great restart for the 20 machine. Going to be right on the back bumper of the 049. Thomas Green trying to side draft as they fan out further back. Alan Burr trying to make moves.
Nick Miller, I thought he was going to have the run, I think. Just the fighting with Thomas Green. It's going to hold him back.
And Mitchell Bagley spins off of turn number 2. Will stay green. 1 car incident. Side by side for second. This could determine the race. They're too busy fighting each other and not sitting off after your race leader. Randy Arms waiting if something happens. He's got 3.5 car lengths. Thomas Green eventually gets clear to second. 7 laps to go. LadyMakes.com 140.
Little wiggle out there out of Randy Arms, trying to get a run on Nick Miller. Mark Frimpong going low.
Dive it in deep. Somehow makes it stick, but has a compromised corner exit. Side by side for 4th. Your front 3 single file. The gap is 2 car lengths. So we take 6 laps to go here. Thomas Green definitely has the fresher tires. Almost contact made to the back bumper. Very
that was not
aggressive.
almost. That was contact. He sent it.
49 held his nerve. Gap is 1 car length. How deep does the 13 drive it in? Does he use the bumper again? Gonna have that run. Keeps it off the wall just barely. Nick Miller waiting if something happens. Last time by, Thomas Green a 10th quicker, but Nick Miller trying to go to the bottom side of the racetrack. He forces the 13 to take a compromised line. Thought he was going to dive it up in there. And again, these guys are just going to squabble for second, and Sartaj Man is going to laugh all the way to the bank if they cannot get clear for second.
I thought Thomas Green was just going to send it in there and give him the bumper, but he decided to live.
Still side by side for second. Randy Arms trying to make it 3 wide. 4 laps to go. They are running out of time. Nick Miller going to have to make the pass this lap. But Thomas Green just right on his outside door panel. They're side drafting. Contact is made. Nick Miller.
Door banging.
Thomas Green drives it in deep on the outside. Nick Miller drives it in deep on the bottom. Contact made again. We've said it all night long. They don't get off of each other. Randy Arms through to second. Mark Frimpong trying to get this well. And Miller's going to turn the 13. Caution out again. They ruined both of their races. Squabbling for second. Could not determine. Miller just gasses it up. Forces Thomas Green into the wall. Check the far chase, but I think that I have an idea of what this is going to look like.
I don't think that view gave him much luck there, but it was definitely Thomas Green.
Yeah, 20 shoving him up. Well, it doesn't look as bad from that angle, but you can see here, 20 completely uses them up on the exit of 3 and 4. Thomas Green able to keep it out of the wall somehow. Randy Arms all the way up by the wall. Thomas Green all the way up by the wall. It's going to start to make his natural arc of the corner. Nick Miller comes up a little bit, but I mean, actually, Thomas Green came down too much. Trying to recover, but Miller comes up at the end and gets him, but nevertheless, guys just racing too hard. They kind of lost sight of the objective there.
It really seemed like Nick Miller kind of just wanted to kind of straight line it. I don't think he was aiming for Thomas Green, but definitely not trying to give him any room.
He's got Frimpong on his inside, but yeah, he's not going to...
Did not cut him a break. He did to Miller.
Talmadge nowhere to go. Justin L. Johnson, my goodness. What? Talmadge is just... What in the world?
Did Talmadge hit anyone there? I didn't even see that.
Oh, big impact there to the left rear. Yeah, but he's just letting it roll. And James Henry Fillers gets a piece there.
That's definitely a break situation, bud.
Yeah, Fillers gets a piece. Who then hits, I think that is Alan Burr. Yeah, but again, though, this is all, I don't know what the intention there is. I'm not going to speak for Nick Miller. My initial impression watching it live was that he was going to turn him, just trying to get through, trying to be aggressive. Looking back on it, Thomas Green comes down, but Nick Miller doesn't cut him a break, obviously. Doesn't have to with 4 laps to go, but definitely just straight lines the front stretch. Comes up a little bit. Thomas Green comes down. But, I mean, it's all started. Racing for second. Nick Miller just shoves him up the racetrack. Thomas Green not cutting him a break. So these guys just didn't cut each other a break one way or the other the entire time. And now Randy Arms is going to have a golden opportunity with Mark Frimpong.
And we got 3 of these things, and I have a feeling we might use 3.
They're going to, I mean, Sartaj, man, he's going to run out of fuel here at some point. Last pitted on lap 49. Again, many multitude of cautions has helped him out in terms of saving. But again, how long can he hang on if we get 3 attempts here? Light's still not off on the pace car. Let's go on board here. He's still having to shut it off. He's not there yet. Now lights are out on the pace car. First attempt at a green-white checkered, up to 3 attempts. Point of no return will be on that third one.
I think we're definitely going to see the bumper be used here a little more aggressively than we did there. I think this time that move that Thomas Green was going to make on Sartaj, man, might actually get used. I think if a driver comes diving in, there's no lifting. I think Randy Arms is a little more respectful than that, but
Mark
you never
Frimpong
know.
going to send it if he has a shot at a race win. We know that.
Justin L. Johnson will send it for a race win.
A lot of these guys will.
I would.
Ryan
Race
Tiller
win's a
has
race
cracked
win.
the top 30, by the way. Just thought I'd point that out.
He'd be on lead lap now if it wasn't for a couple of the
single car
other
guys having stuck on the pits. But Sartaj, man, takes the bottom. It's all going to be about the restart here. Randy Arms outside. Mark Frimpong right behind him. Can either of these guys get a good jump with him? Randy Arms is the closest yet. Side drafting down to turn number 1. Sartaj, man, again getting clear. Randy Arms just going to have the best shot at him we've seen. If they wreck again, they'll re-rack him down the back straightaway. What does Mark Frimpong do? He's got even fresher tires.
And we're going to see a battle back here. McQuiggan coming up into Thomas Green. I think we might make it back around.
White flag. Race is official. Does the 049 have enough fuel? It's going to be a 3-car breakaway. 25 to the outside. Through turn number 1 for the final time. 49 drives it in so deep. He's going to be compromised on the exit, but Mark Frimpong compromised the exit of Randy Arms. It's 2/10 side by side for second. Car gets turned further back. Frimpong going to race Arms up the track. Sartaj, man, has done the impossible. Saves enough fuel, saves enough tires. Going to win the LadyMakes.com 140, and we're wrecking across the line. Everybody else, very fitting, gentlemen. Well done. Pitted on lap 49 and made it to lap 110. Mark Frimpong gets second from Randy Arms.
That was a battle to the line, too.
And they just could not stop fighting over second. No one wanted to chase after this 049. And he'll come home a victory after everyone else just kept squabbling the entire second half of the race. Burn it down, sir. A well-deserved victory for you. The enjoyment of this victory will surely last longer than the enjoyment of a fruit stripe stick of gum. Dylan Failvich pitted 11 times, came home 6th. Andrew Tenold back-to-back top 10s. That's same thing for Devin Galvin. But massive congratulations to the 049 machine. Qualified P4. We knew he had the speed. We just thought he was on an inferior strategy. But he made it work.
Man, saved tires, saved gas, saved everything.
Absolutely. Let's go ahead and get your race winner here in the broadcast booth. He said 1 second has to go to the bathroom. I understand that one.
Yeah, I feel that after some of these broadcasts. I know I've had to.
Bristol was an awesome race, and yeah. Bit of a struggle bus by almost everyone tonight, I would say. All take, no give from the drop of the green flag. And, yeah, I mean,
Would you have it any other way? I would.
Hey, it's on the drivers. We just call what they do. It's on them to improve. Colton Lights, top 20 in his debut. Impressive qualifying run, but he was upside down at one point tonight, so got to be happy with 20th, I imagine.
Oh, it was 13 cautions. Went and decided to go check the stats.
It was only 13?
It was only 13. You say only, but that's still 50. That was still 52 caution laps.
So a little less than half the race. 40-something%. You'll have that sometimes.
You have that on them big jobs.
No, stop. Don't you go turn it into fillers on me. But still waiting for your top two to hit up the booth. We usually do it 1, 2, 3. Might have to do it 3, 2, 1. What you think here? Oh, there they go. All right. Here with your race winner, Sartaj Man, who decided he only needed 2 pit stops here tonight. Last pitted on lap 49. And while guys around you pitted for newer and fresher tires, you held your nerve at the front of the field, used the caution laps to save enough fuel, and they kept fighting over second, and you said, I'll take first place, thank you very much. What'd you see out there tonight?
I'm gonna lie, that wasn't the main strat. When I pitted, when my last pit stop, I was planning, let's get like a little 20-lap run here. I'll have a tire advantage, and like maybe I could win the race that way, but it ended up being the opposite. And I mean, I guess it worked out for me. Cleaner's king here.
Absolutely. Had a couple tense moments there, a couple contact made there. I know Randy Arms was chasing after you. Thomas Green was chasing after you. Frimpong. You had a whole host of others, but they got in that dirty air, squabbled for second. And all you had to do was just keep the wheel straight, come off of turn 4, a winner here.
Yeah, that was exhilarating, especially when Thomas hit me into 1 and 2. I had to save it and then had to downshift really fast and just get on throttle. Hope he didn't have a better run than me, and it ended up working out.
Yeah, absolutely. You've shown speed all season long, and you finally broke through the winners column. Now you can kind of focus forward to playoffs here in a couple weeks, but definitely had the momentum in your corner here. Great qualifying effort, great speed on the short and long runs that we had here, and all cylinders are firing for this tri-racial racing team here.
I agree. Hopefully we get a good run starting into the playoffs now that we're locked in.
Absolutely. Before we let you go, anyone you want to shout out or say hi to for the broadcast?
Yeah, just my teammates at Tri-Racial Racing and Peak Performance Motorsports.
Absolutely. Well, congratulations on the win here tonight. Look forward to seeing what you could do next week.
Yep, thank you.
Here with second place, Mark Frimpong, who again has shown so much speed, just came up a little bit short. And again, just very aggressive style of racing, 3 wides more times than I can remember. But you were definitely going for it there tonight, up 16 spots from where he started. So definitely showing the ability to get around some cars, make some moves. And had a drag race to the line for second place. Very exciting night from your point of view. What did you see out there?
Yeah, for sure. It was an extremely exciting night, and had to pass a lot of cars. I put myself in a bad scenario just by having a rough qualifying run, but the good thing about qualifying bad is you get to pass cars, and that's what makes racing fun, is passing cars. So pit strategy, I try to get a little bit off cycle, see if I could gain some of the track position, because clean air was just so important. I mean, it showed with how Sartaj was able to hold the lead for 50 laps with those old tires. Just clean air was so vital, and so I just eventually got myself off cycle enough where it just played in my hands at the very end there. So I like that.
Yeah, absolutely. What did the car feel like when you got behind? I know you were chasing for Sartaj there late. Did it just get super tight, unable to roll the center of the corner? That's what it kind of looked like there. The car just got too tight to roll the center there.
It was definitely not loose, to say the least. But yeah, it did get a little bit tight. But that's just next gen racing, and then also short-ish track racing where you're able to play the aero games a little bit, and so yeah, just couldn't get enough of a run on exit, but it was a well-deserved win for Sartaj. I mean, if you can hold the lead for 50 laps on old tires, you definitely should be out there.
Absolutely. Like you said, an exciting race from the cockpit of the 18 machine tonight, showing speed on the short and long runs, some momentum in his corner as we head into the last couple of weeks of the regular season. And before we let you go, who do you want to shout out and say hi to for the booth?
Obviously, shout out Sartaj, just incredible, holding the lead for that long with old tires, and also Justin, Nick, and Zach. We were racing with them all day long, so that was good to see for my teammates, as well as Max. I know he kind of had a rough day, and so did Colton, but it was good for them to get the laps in. And I would also like to thank Max for making my paint scheme. Obviously, I've been running it all season, but I just realized I haven't said anything about it, so yeah, appreciate Max making my paint.
Yeah. More talented to me, that's for sure. But yeah, Colton, he was upside down. I'll make one more point. He was upside down at one point in this race. Came home 20th in his debut and had a good qualifying effort. So definitely learned a lot tonight from his point of view. So I'd say well-earned result, all things
for
considered. Sure. Well, congratulations on the well-earned second place, and we look forward to seeing you next week.
Of course. Thank you.
Here with Randy Arms, who's becoming a regular in the YJ Media broadcast booth with a solid third-place finish right where he started, able to avoid most of the chaos here tonight. And I expect, like Mark said, just once you got behind that 049 of Sartaj, man, just kind of hard to pass. Tires wore out pretty quick and just unable to get that last little bit that you needed to come home for your second win of the season tonight.
Yeah, to be honest with you, I was just glad to finish.
Right? Yeah, race of attrition, just get across the line in one piece.
Yeah, like when we got there towards the end, I was like, well, I'm not going to pit again because I don't want to go back in the back. And I was like, if I could finish in the top 5, I'd be happy. And then we kind of had a chance there to almost win it. But like you said, it was just, man, it was so hard to pass once you got up front. I mean, I don't know how he even stayed out that long. I thought for sure he would have to pit just for fuel, but I guess when you have that many cautions, you could save enough. But yeah, or say props to him for, or say making the call to stay out that long and keep the lead. I mean,
yeah, we went on board with him a couple of times. He had committed to that. He said it wasn't the initial plan, but once he realized kind of how the style of the race was going, that he was just going to commit to it, knowing how hard it was to pass, and he started saving pretty big with quite a ways to go, and it ended up paying off for him.
Yeah, he went a lot, or say longer than I thought you could, or say even with the caution. So
yeah, a lot longer than what they told me. So
yeah. So I pitted about the fuel window, and at that point I said, well, I'm staying out and seeing what's going to happen. So yeah, we saw it up front, got sent to the back after a little, or say incident off of 4. I was able to survive and somehow get back up front. So really, I'll take that as a win.
Yeah, consistent. Started right where you finished, able to avoid most of the chaos, and just build those consistent top 5s, and you'll be right where you want come playoff time.
Yep, that's the plan.
Absolutely. And then tomorrow night, obviously, speaking of playoffs, you'll be racing for the Final Four at Pocono, so looking forward to seeing what you got there.
Yeah, so we're looking forward to it. Don't race that track a whole lot, so not really sure what to expect. So
tricky
it might
triangle.
Be a good show.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, buddy.
Absolutely. Well, looking forward to see what you can do tomorrow night. And before we let you go, anyone you want to shout out and say hi to for the booth?
Yeah, just want to. I mean, really, I just want to kind of say sorry to all the admins. I mean, it's been a rough year, but I mean, props to them for trying to keep us all in line.
They're gonna have some work to do. I'm glad my job ends at roughly 10:30 every week. So, but they got to go look at some stuff. Like I said, talked to a couple of drivers during the race. They just said it was all give, no take, and we saw that a lot. 3 wide, and just kind of pushing the issue every chance they got.
Yeah, it's just if we could just, I don't know. It's everyone just needs to calm down just a little bit and just race. Just take it easy. And I mean, we've had some races this year, that have been good. I mean, I know we can do it. We just
got to be consistent.
It's like once we get on that cycle of cautions, everyone just completely loses their mind. So if we could just get going at the start of the race, I think we'll be good. But just hard to do.
Absolutely. Appreciate the insight and looking forward to seeing you tomorrow night at Pocono.
All righty, buddy. Thank you.
Here with Bitcoin Boys Racing, they kind of had an up and down night throughout the field, up to the top 5, back down to low 30s, and everywhere in between. Ryan Hatch was caught up in a lot tonight. Did not deserve.
I don't know what the Kissing's deal is.
Sorry. Back in 24th, not where you deserved to end it up. Logan Brass was kind of the same way. But Magnus Anderson led you guys home with a top 5. Where's he at? Pull him in here. Get him in here. Move to, there you go. But yeah, just basically, how would you guys sum up your race, and what did you learn here tonight? Oh, that's unfortunate. Hello, Magnus. I just had a nice whole speech for your guys, and they ignored me because headset issues. But you came home, led the team with 5th, had a decent qualifying effort, and showed some decent speed all night tonight. Avoided most of the chaos, and got a hard-earned 5th place out there tonight.
I think I avoided everything, but I don't know. It was a sketchy race to say the least. I mean, track position was king. It didn't matter about fresh tires.
Right.
You know, Sartaj won the race on old tires. Good for him, but you know, I just knew that pitting was not the right answer, and I kind of got lucky with where I ended up. I mean, those last few restarts, I was kind of just letting people go by because I knew things were going to get dicey up front because everyone's kind of trying to go for a win. I'm just trying to finish in the top 10, make it into the playoffs, you know?
Absolutely. Just building those consistent points finishes, and you'll be right where you need to come playoff time.
Oh, yeah. Next week's Atlanta. So,
Yeah.
what do you boys think about Atlanta?
I'll go ahead and get right into my shilling. Rambling Wreck 90, Georgia Tech football, better than Georgia in almost every statistical category. It's gonna be interesting. Plate racing, guys are gonna find out pretty early. If they all take no give, they're gonna be out of the race pretty early. So love plate racing. Excited to see the chaos that it causes. And then it'll be kind of a run of technical racetracks to the finish. So give everybody one more wild card, and then we'll see where it all ends up.
Did you really say that Georgia Tech was better than Georgia?
We have a better historical program than Georgia. I will not debate that.
ISU, baby.
Who's the Heisman named after? Oh, that's John Heisman. Who did he coach for? Georgia Tech. Sorry. Just saying.
Coach for.
I'm just saying. We're better. Same amount of national titles, and we spend a fraction of the money. All right, I'll rant at this next week. But
how many national titles does Texas have?
That doesn't matter. You sponsor your own race. You can talk about Texas.
Horns down.
Amen to that. Well, good run out there tonight, and we'll look forward to seeing you next week.
Oh yeah.
Yep. Here with the Planet Sim Esports boys, we talked roughly halfway about how staying out of trouble would be the key to the night, and second half of the race, kind of my fault with the commentator's curse there. Thomas Green looked to be in a position to win for much of that later part of the race, but we've heard it from multiple drivers tonight. Expect the same thing, just incredibly hard to pass once you get behind the dirty air of another driver.
Yeah, especially even with the 049 being on, I think it was 15 lap older tires, give or take with all the cautions and all that. But yeah, even with that factor in, he was still able to just stay in front of me and turn better. So the dirty air was really bad. And what happened with me in the 20 there, I don't exactly know. I know he said he was trying to get off of me, but he ran me up in 3 and 4, and then down the straightaway, he just kind of hooked me. So I don't really know what was going on with that. I know we were racing really hard, but I knew it was going to be between the two of us, so I didn't want to let him get in front of me so he could then pass the 49. I wanted to just try to stay at least side by side with him to see if we could still get around him. But yeah, it was just a frustrating race. What happened at the very end at the checkered there was definitely my fault. Just tapped, I believe it was the 51 coming out of the corner, and it just got him around. And yeah, it was frustrating, but we had good speed. Still got 12th, so not too bad. I think we might regain points lead here, maybe.
Yeah, James Jimmy Fillers had a slight lead on you, but he's down in the 31st position. So it looks like he might be overall points leader here. Talmadge, I know you said you didn't have the best qualifying effort, but you're up 17 spots. I know you had some contact there late, but able to just finish in the top 20 and survive. Got to just be happy with that and take the points that you can get and look forward to next week.
Yeah, kind of am. It was a shame we got caught up in whatever happened there with the 20 and Thomas. But yeah, we'll take 19th, I guess. I mean, I sent it on. There was a wreck at 3-4 on the last lap, and I did not lift, and kind of Days of Thunder my way through it. So
you're not supposed to admit to those things publicly. Actions
detrimental. Yeah, you know what they say.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Yeah,
it's just frustrating to
get
get
the motorsports
that
council.
late.
But
it's just frustrating to get wrecked that late and
right
while running up there. But yeah, move on to Atlanta. I mean, we did good at plate track earlier in the season. See if we can't do it again.
Absolutely. We're looking forward to seeing what you guys can do next week at Atlanta.
Thank you.
How we doing, fellas?
Oh, we're great.
Yeah. So we had our little interview about halfway, roughly, or a little bit after. You said it was all take, no give, and they basically ignored what you guys said. Continued to be all take, no give, and it is what it is, you know?
I just I'm really happy for the Arctic Cat boys at CMS Racing. They did like a solid 30 minutes of damage repair tonight and kept me on the lead lap, and I just can't say enough about them.
Yeah, I know you had run right, but somebody had bounced off the turn 4 wall, and came right down in front of you, and I thought you were done at that
they
point.
had 17 DeWalt batteries on charger, like the 15 amp big boys. Sawzalls were going nonstop.
Yeah. Yeah, up 22 spots, you just barely missed biggest mover. I know. Actually, now Kevin Boley gets it though, so it stays in house. Again.
Hell yeah, baby! I'm
Up
gonna call
20
Travis and tell him to come back to the computer. He was outside throwing a cat. He said.
Yeah, so he's gonna go talk to Travis. Kevin Boley, up 26 spots. How'd you manage to be the biggest mover through all of this chaos tonight?
They'd have all the wrecks, but one.
Right. Yeah, so a solid night. You had some decent speed. I know you were involved in a couple of big wrecks, but the CMS boys back at the shop and on pit road got you guys fixed up pretty good. Most of the night, yeah. Thoughts as we head next week to Atlanta?
Well, one thing we needed, it was less room and to go faster. So.
Hey, they'll figure out next week incredibly quick if they mess around and end up
Where
wrecking.
we at next week?
Atlanta, New Atlanta.
Ooh, yes.
Yeah, so if they screw around, they get 4 or 5 wide, they'll be out even quicker than they were here tonight. So no fast repair life.
It seemed like everybody had 5 fast repair.
Yeah, the new damage model, we saw parts flying off of cars and everything, but guys just kept getting back out of the racetrack. The 40 machine was upside down and had a 45-second repair.
Something's not right with that.
Yeah,
it was like we could have thinned the herd out a little bit there, you know.
With the amount of again, 13 cautions, you thought we would have, but really only, unfortunately, one of your own, Matt Tatum, was out, Max Jurek, and Tony Scarbo, but that was really the only guys that.
I feel terrible for Scarbo. He is such a good, clean racer, and he's getting the worst luck in this league.
That's tennis. That's how it goes. Everyone racing around you, and you're just trying to stay out of it. I feel so bad for the 034. He was literally getting out of a 3-wide move and got run over on like lap 12.
Who was that?
Daniel Pereira.
Michael McDowell.
Yeah.
Yeah, he literally backed out of guys sending him 3-wide and still got run over. So
I mean, that's what you were dealing with. It was crazy.
Yeah. But everyone besides Tatum, all that considered, was a lead lap finish tonight, I believe. So you just got to take what you can get when it serves up stuff like this and go into a wild card next week and kind of just hope for the same thing, just a survival.
How was the stream chat?
Stream chat was pretty good. We got another one of your affiliates here, Philly Peas. So I don't know what the CMS lore adds another chapter or something. I don't know what's going on.
I think it's Pendergrass.
Yeah.
Didn't he already have an account?
Yeah, I thought
You can change the name, can't you?
I have no idea.
He's over there drinking Yinglings, dicking around on for Twitch. Because he's not in here, he should be in here.
Yeah.
Like he probably rolled in at like 10 o'clock. He's like, "Oh, we race tonight."
Right, Monday. Yeah. He didn't click the X, 2-point penalty.
Oh, brother.
Yeah. But yeah.
So, what else is new and exciting? How's life?
Life's good. What do I have for dinner tonight? Pork, mashed potatoes, cornbread, and green beans. So good night.
Sounds good.
Yeah, it's really good.
Didn't even have to ask this stuff.
Yeah, I'm ready for it now. It's ingrained.
Art, what'd you have?
Mac and cheese.
Mm-hmm. There you go. Don't tell my wife that. We went out on a date last night. She wanted steak and mac and cheese. Went to a steak place. They had no mac and cheese. So, not great.
Did you protest them?
Yeah, I did. So.
If you just message Mike and McQuiggan and submit that protest.
Yeah. Yeah, there we go.
Send me the name of that restaurant.
Trav wants to get some angry reviews over things.
Oh boy. You know you're dealing with the best iRacing commentators east of the Mississippi. He didn't give his wife mac and cheese. Yeah.
Do you know who I am?
I have 263 followers on Twitch. You know who I am? Sartaj Man won the race. Got some comments rolling in late. You missed a race, is what you missed.
Who did?
S2 So What? I don't know who that is.
I mean, if they really wanted to know, they could watch the VOD back or go to the YouTube channel here in a couple hours.
That's true.
The peanut gallery strikes again.
Mm-hmm. So what are y'all thoughts on Pocono? I know Pinder and Travis, you might be going there. Pocono?
Love
like
Pocono.
Yeah.
Poca, yes.
Poca, yes. 3 or 4 turns at Pocono.
3.
Yeah.
Okay, I've seen some movement recently to add a 4th turn somewhere. I don't know how they're adding that up, but
Just don't. It's a great track. Don't change it. Why? Why we have one track that is a triangle and like, let's make it an oval. Fuck it. Oh.
Wow, dude. Wow.
It was past 10:30. It was fine.
Ah.
Statute limitations. That's all right. No one watches the interviews. It's just
YJ After Dark.
Right?
Philly Beans tuned in.
Yeah. People stay for their drivers, I guess, for their sponsor obligations. But yeah, we will see a couple of y'all Pocono tomorrow night, and then next Monday for the rest of y'all at Atlanta.
Can't wait.
Always a pleasure, fellas.
Thanks for your work, guys.
Of course.
Good night.
Yep. Good night.
See ya, Art.
McQuiggan.
Hey, what's up, guys? Max is here,
You're
so
not
we
on
gotta.
this team channel. Get out of here. There we go. Abuse of power by the broadcasters. All good there. All right. Ryan Tiller. Somehow you finished within the top 30. Just an act of never quitting, I guess. An inspiration to children's all over the world. You were destroyed almost immediately through no fault of your own. It's just one of those races, I guess. At least you didn't fly upside down or whatever.
Stayed on the ground.
Yeah, you did stay on the ground. Samuel Demien. Ran
We
a
were
clean
up and
race. Yeah, you were all through and back, racing up there, 3 wide, Hornet's Nest.
Yeah.
It kind of said the same thing for everybody. Tony Scarbo, he got screwed there at the end.
He was a victim of just about every caution.
Yeah, I feel so bad. He's just so clean. He does nothing to anybody. And
Nope, he's just a victim of circumstance.
He's also always quiet, and tonight is the night I think we heard him talk the most.
Oh
so.
man, you broke Scarbo. Next week, you're gonna come out and do dirty things to everybody.
No, Scarbo is the last person to expect that. But yeah, one thing I want to say is I absolutely love Nashville. I don't know, Randy seems to make fun of me for it, but I feel like it's one of my better tracks, and I didn't get the chance to prove that tonight. Disappointing. I had to hold my steering wheel basically like upside down on the turns to get it to turn and everything, and just was hoping it would go a lot faster than it did by.
Right.
But it was hard to do going as fast as we were on track. So hopefully come into next week at Atlanta and some people kind of realize what Atlanta is and just simmer down. I think somebody said it's bad when we have more cautions than we did at Bristol on a 1.5 mile track or whatever this one is. I don't know what it is, but just disappointed from the get-go. I would love to see some people. I get that they want to take out frustrations, but everybody just calm down and race everybody with give and take instead of all take. It'd be awesome.
Yeah, we've heard that a couple times tonight. Yeah, I know you guys have the ability to do so. Bristol and Watkins Glen are some of the highlights, and then just kind of gets lost in the back of people's minds somehow, and they just kind of 3 wide whenever they can, as soon as they can. Old tires, fresh tires, it doesn't matter. It was a long race tonight. Guys had opportunities to make moves. I know it was hard to pass, but guys were definitely putting each other in uncomfortable situations, and you get what you get sometimes. It won't work next week at Atlanta. With the speeds they're going, so they're going to find out real quick. In the same breath, though, it almost seemed like the new damage model for the next gens that got updated again. It made it even more of a tank. It seemed though, because the 40 machine was upside down. He had a 40-second repair. Guys were missing parts and stuff. They got back out, but it's like break everything off the car. But if it's the toe link, you're done. It doesn't really make a whole lot of sense.
Well, I don't know. I don't know what I had wrong. I couldn't steer when I made contact on the caution that I got taken out at. I don't know what was wrong with the car. I had 30 seconds of required repair and then 5 minutes of optional.
Right.
Like I said, I had to hold my steering wheel all the way to the right on the straightaways and then turn kind of like I was holding it straight on the straightaways in the turns. So it's different. For sure.
All right, we're going to the Xfinity cars, and we're going to be happy.
Oh yes, absolutely.
Well, I hope I'm happy tomorrow. I got a pretty good lead
You
there.
got a solid advantage you ended up with, sir. So you just got to finish top 10. You should be fine.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely. Well, looking forward to seeing y'all at Pocono tomorrow night, and back here next Monday night for Atlanta.
Thank you guys.
Yep.
We'll talk to you.
Yep. here with the Tenold Galvin Racing boys, and they got better as the night went on. Pretty much all of them. They kind of were sitting there. We talked to them earlier in the race. Kind of stuck in that hornet's nest 20th to 25th, but able to avoid the second half chaos. And Andrew Tenold will lead them home with an 8th place finish, right ahead of his co-owner, Evan Galvin. So definitely got better as the race went on. Jonathan Dolly showed serious speed here tonight as well.
Yeah, we don't talk about a lot of things that happened today.
Right.
Disappointed in myself, honestly, because I should have just stayed out. I didn't realize how little the tires were going to mean there when I had to slam the brakes to avoid a bunch of wrecks. But if I'd stayed out, I probably could have kept 6th throughout the end. And it's unfortunate how it happened, but some of that stuff's just really unavoidable.
Right.
So you got to take it where you get it.
Yeah, still 15th for you in the end, so not a bad result at all, but definitely some huge momentum for Andrew Tenold, who is hopefully going to get himself locked in the top 30 now moving forward.
30th after this, especially after his 5th place or 4th place, whatever it was at Bristol.
Yeah,
he went away for an hour, so he might not get to speak to him, but
fair enough. 95 machine gone too. Both co-owners gone. You taking over, Dolly?
That's a good question. Galvin, you still here?
All right, Jonathan Dolly's the new owner. Here we go. It's now Jonathan Dolly Racing.
Oh yeah, got to change it in the sheets and everything.
So I'll let you get your shout outs in and everything. I'll let you go ahead and do the sponsors.
Yeah, we got shout out. Obviously, the one that's been on my car for the last 6 weeks. Amazon, love them to death. Great people. 4 miles, and I guess I'll give a special shout out to Art for actually thinking I had a chance to win. That's a surprising thing to hear today.
You had top 10 speed all night long and just didn't.
I'm just saying, if you stayed out
33rd.
late,
if
you stay out late, you might have had a shot there.
Yeah, I had the faith in it. I had the faith the entire time, and I don't know, something told me to pit, and I'm pretty sure those tires would have been fine if I had to slam the brakes and not slam into the 60 car, and pretty sure I flat spotted them. So it didn't drive the same since then, and it was just a bunch of avoiding things after that, and I was just so frustrated because I could get by people, and then the caution would come out, and I lose all the momentum, and then the laps started ticking down, and you can't move after that. It's so frustrating because I don't want to say too much because I know what happens if I say the wrong things to the wrong people, but certain people did some dumb things tonight, and it kept happening consistently. So, gotta keep an eye out on them.
Yeah, so we heard it from a bunch of drivers tonight. All take, no give, but if enough drivers say that, then some people are probably gonna have to start pointing the finger, be like, wait a minute, I'm the problem. They know who they are. I mean, it's they'll do the race review. They'll get the penalties and maybe even a suspension or two handed out, and hopefully we'll get it cleaned up next week for Atlanta.
All I'll say is I was being nice to the individual in question tonight, and then they did it again, and then I stopped letting people take and I started giving. So, I stopped giving them and I started taking it. So, yeah, other way. So,
there you go.
No, it's how it goes. We got Atlanta next week. I'm not going to beat myself up over it too much. We've been consistent. I think we might not be 7th. I don't know where we're going to be after this, but right now we're 7th. So we got 5 position buffer. We got to make 2 more weeks, and we'll be in the playoffs. And then it's all hands on deck after that.
Absolutely. We're looking forward to it, guys. You did another strong race here tonight. Brandon Kiger was showing some good speed too.
I wish he was still here.
Yeah, but he showed some better speed than a 25th place finish as well. So.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun in the practice race yesterday. We were talking about all kinds of things in the bias and whatnot, and it helped out a lot. But I don't think I think he just got the short end of the stick consistently.
Right.
Well, it was a good race. I'm looking forward to Atlanta next week.
Absolutely, looking forward to it, fellas. See you there.
Yeah, appreciate you guys. Have a good night.
Yeah, you too. All right, let's go ahead and pull up your final race results here this evening. And Art, your final thoughts on tonight's race?
13 cautions, 52 caution laps.
I honestly thought it was more. So you know what? You take what you can get sometimes. I thought it was more.
They went by surprisingly fast for the number of cautions. Now imagine if it went green.
Yeah. The 98. Oh, it's Spencer Burton. The 98 will be back next week. But good night, guys. Hope it was fun. I always enjoy what we do here. Got to work through some kinks every once in a while, but I like the rules that are in place. People are gonna have to learn the hard way, unfortunately, but that it is what it is.
Man said, did he? What did he?
I don't know how many more I got in me. Yeah, but the ladymakes.com 140. If you got something for the woman in your life, Mother's Day is coming up. She makes fantastic products. Or you can go and spam that link down there in chat for everybody.
Oh, can I?
Yeah, go ahead. But thank you for her support of the Affinity Racing Series, as well as Brandon Richard. They do great work together. He wasn't here tonight, but he does a lot of the behind-the-scenes stuff is all. Thank you to Admin Box. And everyone that's donated thus far to a great cause for the St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital. And we're only now 6 races complete out of 15, and we're already 67% of our way there to $2,000. So if you got any one that knows that they could be benefited from this, consider donating. They do great work, and we are proud to partner with them. And looking forward to next week at Atlanta for the Rambling Wreck 90.
Georgia Tech sucks.
Georgia Tech football, baby. Best in the state of Georgia. Can't find it better anywhere else.
Georgia Southern is better.
Listen here, Doc. All right, I'm beating you for the rest of the broadcast. But nevertheless, interesting race here tonight. You'll have that sometimes. But here are your race results tonight. Hopefully your favorite driver. Pretty far up the list, hopefully, or at least on the first page. ISU, haven't you literally never won a conference championship since like 1903? I'm so sorry. But here are your
He said
race.
Ellis, you
oh,
dummy.
Ellis. There we go. Mizzou. Oh, a bunch of mid teams coming in here. Mid off we're having here tonight. Last thing I'll say is I'm surprised again by the next gen damage model. It continually throws me for loops. Because with all of that, we still had 28 cars on the lead lap. Ryan Tiller fights back to be the first car, laps down to 29th. Daniel Pereira fought all night long. He picked up a couple of spots, but in the end, all the way down to 40 cars. Matt Tatum destroyed, and Brandon Bowers from pole disconnecting. His rotten luck continues, unfortunately. But let me know, Brandon Kiger is 10 on Galvin Racing. I'll get that updated here. For next week, they did announce him as a mid-season signing. Yeah, interesting race here tonight, and we're looking forward to Atlanta next week. Tomorrow night, Pocono for the LSRL boys. And then we are off this Friday for Rod Car. No truck tour this Friday night. It will be the Draft Heart 300 special event, though. $300 in a trophy. So if you're interested in signing up for that league, the Draft Heart 300 lineup already set. But if you're interested in joining us for some more events, be sure to hop over. We can get the Discord link if interested. So come out on Friday nights for some super speedway racing. But take care, everybody, and looking forward to seeing y'all tomorrow night, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, for the round of 6 finale for LSRL. Y'all take care.